Hello, my name is Dennise Williams. I'm your financial coach, and I am joined by the awesome.
Elizabeth Tilly, NLP trainer and master coach.
All right, so we are on a roll with the ways you sabotage your cash flow. Now, as a entrepreneur, as a corporate warrior, as a professional, you know that cash flow is lifeblood, bread and butter, any way you want to call it. It is super important to your growth. But what happens, we get tangled up in our mind. We don't have financial organization, and those two things hold us back. So we're going to just look at some more ways that we have fun and sabotage ourselves. And then we're going to look at how we can get around that and move from self sabotage because we want to become your own cash flow superhero. We want to move from self sabotage to money sage. We want to grab that wisdom that is within us. So, as I already said, my name is Dennise Williams, and I help female entrepreneurs to increase cash flow in order to pay for their dream lifestyle. Now, Miss Elizabeth Terry has been, helping, training, coaching, guiding people for, I'm not going to give away. I won't say 20 years, how about 2 months?
A lot, just a few, yeah, a few years.
Yes. And so, joining forces because where money and your mindset meet, you're either in a place of power or in a place of depression. We want to get you in a space of power. Okay, so we've been working together for a long time, and you can check us out on the Financially Focused playlist. Now, we're looking at how you sabotage your cash flow. When money is not coming in the way you want for your business, for your life, we got to do something about it. And a lot of times we don't know. So, Liz, talk to us about what we're going to be looking at in this module.
Right, Denise. So, first of all, we're going to be looking at tracking how you spend your money and how that identifies with your saboteur. So, I think, Denise, you're going to take that aspect
Yep.
and introducing the money judge accomplices, the hyperachiever, the pleaser, and the victim. And I spoke in the last module about the pattern interrupt, and I'll just briefly speak to that again. So over
All
to you,
right.
Denise.
Absolutely. All right. So here's the deal. And of course, the technology needs to support me so I can tell you the deal. We want to talk about, the mindset of someone who's making some cash. You're an owner, right? You hold assets, whether it's paper assets or physical property or a business, right? You could be an investor. You purchase things with the intention of making a profitable return. Okay. And of course, my slides all right. Or, you may have the mindset of saver. So you're looking for your emergency fund, your secondary funds, which you want to convert to income generating assets. And then you have your long term accumulation, in which you are supporting your financial independence when you retire. Of course, in that mindset, you also want to be a defender. And this is where insurance comes in so that you can defend your assets against the varieties of life. But here's the deal, and here's where mindset comes in. An energizer. This is where you become your own power source, right? So your business, your talent, your skill, your ministry, your calling, you want to be the best. And you want to attract the people, the contracts, the buyers, the clients who are attracted to your confidence and purpose. How do you do that? Well, you got to clean up the mindset. And Liz has some ways that this can be done, and I just want to quickly run through. One of the ways we self-sabotage is we are a people pleaser. We want everybody to be happy, but you see what happens is when you put your money, track your money, you can see if people pleasing has led to debt, you can look and can you see that in this case, the client, KFC is one of their top 5 expenses for the month. So the question is, are they people pleasing their kids or someone by getting them that quick fix of fast food? I don't know. But that's what tracking your money allows us, me, your financial coach, and even with Liz as a mindset coach, right? It's not, you could take your Wi-Fi, because we encourage you to sign up for Wi-Fi. You can take your report to Liz and say, Liz, guess what? I'm spending my money in this way. What does it mean? Or we can do this together, right? You come to our financial coach and you say, I'm spending my money in this way. How can I do better? So what happens is, if you, for example, you're a pleaser, and Liz will go through many other ways we sabotage, you now have a tool to see what's happening. It's not all in your head. You can get it down. So Liz, over to you.
Okay, so thank you, Dennise. Now, the saboteur that we're going to focus on at this moment is the hyperachiever. So see if while I'm going through this, you can recognize any aspect of yourself. So the hyperachiever has multiple plans for multiple money streams and works hard to achieve them. Now, this can be positive. Okay, so you want to have multiple streams of income, and you certainly want to put some time and effort into making them work. But here's the deal. If you have to be working 24/7 to chase your financial goals, then that becomes difficult, and burnout is a sure outcome.
Wow.
So work becomes the number one priority, and it's justified because I have to make this money, right? I have to go back to Dennise and I have to make sure that the commitments that I've laid out, that I actually fulfill.
Right.
I pay top dollar, and I often experience burnout.
Yeah.
So can we have possibly someone who is too goal focused? You think that's possible, Dennise?
I do,
That too aggressive?
I do, because again, remember these saboteurs, as I said, they skate the line between money and misery.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who are competent, good at what they do, right? They know how to get results, and they're absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
Because, and the thing is, remember we talked about just a minute ago being an energizer to
Yeah.
what you want to achieve. And if you are in self-sabotage mode, you're going to energize and achieve absolutely the opposite.
Yes. In fact, you're going to be very depleted.
Yes.
And here's another important thing that you miss, and that is your relationship building. Because you're so busy achieving and moving at a pace and working hard that your relationships begin to suffer. And so that can be on the job, it can be in your business, it can be with your family and friends, but this is problematic. It could be with your partners and even your clients, because you're just so hyper focused on those many goals that you have set for yourself. And people feel as if the only reason that they're in your life is because they can help you achieve your financial goals that you've set. Mm-hmm. So what's the big lie of your hyperachiever? If I wish to meet my financial goals, I can never slow down or enjoy any of the wealth I've created. Right. Because if I do that, it will just poof and be gone. So that's dangerous, we think, because this is taken to the extreme, and you need to be able to manage and quieten that hyperachiever saboteur within you. Otherwise, burnout is likely your outcome, as well as a problem with your relationships. So is your hyperachiever fueling your money conflicts? Are you losing friends and family and partners? Yeah. Are you spending 24/7 just focused on your financial goals? Yeah. And I know that even though Dennise is a financial coach, she will not coach you to do that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Yeah. Let me tell you, I have insisted on meeting my clients at the beach. I have
Mhm.
insisted at meeting my clients in non-traditional places because, listen, a lot of times the the negative spinning in our head is the problem. It's not really the money.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so the next saboteur we're going to go on to is the pleaser. Now, Dennise mentioned, how the pleaser often operates. So the pleaser will indirectly try to gain favor by paying for lunches, dinners, drinks, entertainment. Really, some people would call this brown nosing. You
Mm.
want to be able to be liked by everyone. And sometimes that's not a good thing. Yes, we all have this wanting to belong, but when it's taken to an extreme, it means that often we want to bow and scrape to others, and we have this break even mentality for building our financial freedom, which of course will never work. It will never take us there.
Right.
And often the pleaser will want to discount your services that you're offering. If you are, offering coaching services or trading services or any kind of services, you want to discount your offer. So let me ask you, Dennise, do you take discounts off your offer just in order to please your clients? I'm sure you wouldn't be in business for too long, right?
And I find that for me, the minute I attract that kind of client, I have to look at the energy I'm giving off,
That's right.
right? Because the truth is, and again, you see this pleaser,
Mhm.
I can share that I had a very, the best word I could use was disruptive
Mhm.
childhood. And I know that I survived this disruptive childhood by being pleasing.
Yes.
Okay. And so what happens is, as soon as I stand up and say, I am worth this, I want that, the pleaser is screaming
Yeah.
that it's not true, right? The
Mhm.
people pleaser screams at me. And this is why I'm so happy to have this saboteur training, because my pleaser is there working with the judge, working with the controller and stuff, to say, listen, no one wants to no I can remember before I had my children, I met a doctor who said I was too fat to get pregnant.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
And I mean, so some and but what could I say about that time of my life? I was in a space, an energetic space of feeling that something was wrong with me. Why can't I get pregnant easy like every other woman?
Mhm.
And so, because I was in this space of something is wrong with me, I attracted a doctor who figured out what was wrong with me.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so, of course, 2 children later, he was
Mhm.
wrong. In fact, I can tell you that I remember when I was pregnant, I didn't know I was pregnant, and I asked someone to give me a cup of tea. The lady gave me a cup of tea. It was the worst tasting tea ever. I swear to God, she poisoned me. And so I went to the doctor thinking I'm going to have food poisoning. Turns out I was pregnant. So
Mm.
I just want to say the pleaser is horrible.
Yeah, yeah, for
Horrible.
sure. And in the end, the lie of the pleaser, and this is so important, that if I ask for what I'm worth, no one will hire me.
Yes.
And remember that, self-fulfilling prophecy cycle that we did in the
Yes.
last module.
Yes.
So here again, so if I have that thought and I believe that lie, I am not likely to go after the market that is actually going to be able to afford to pay me what I'm
Exactly.
worth. And so I end up being stuck in that market that wants to beat me down,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, so we have to ask ourselves then, is your pleaser supporting your break-even mindset?
Wow.
Right?
And I do have a slide to talk about that. I think coming up in our next training,
Yeah.
because you see that break even mindset. Oh my
Hmm.
word, it is so imbued with survival energy, that
Yes.
me versus you, only one can be standing kind of energy. And it says that if the job says I'm not worth it, that means every single solitary job with 7 billion people on the planet will also say I'm not worth it. Yes.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And we
Yes.
believe this. So, recognizing that we can be victimized.
Woo! Here's
And here
another
is the
one.
last one.
Oh, Liz, can
The,
I tell you, you have shown the conference that was being held in my head when we
oh,
met.
yeah, for sure. So the victim is going to constantly find fault with you and with everyone else when it comes to money matters. So it's always, something wrong with me. I am not good enough. I don't have all the skills that I need. I've had all of these awful experiences, and, I've been to people before. I've been to coaches, and all the coaches I have, all they want to do is take my money.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the kind of mindset. So, also, money is hard to come by, and
Oh, yes.
everyone and everything has made it this way for me.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
Yeah. So, it doesn't mean, of course, that we don't have to put effort into the things that we need to do. Of course we do. But if we come from the mindset that everything is hard and it's kind of like no pain, no gain,
Oh, Lord.
this
Yes.
is a problem. And we
Yes.
have to be able to deal with that. Saving, planning, and paying bills on time often leads to financial failure, which is why I don't want to be in charge. So we put somebody else in charge. So when it doesn't go
Mm,
right, when they
yep.
don't pay the bill, it's not my fault, right? I am a victim of someone else. So somebody else has to do it for me. The poor me. I'll never be financially free.
Oh,
And the
Lord.
system is just rigged and out to get me. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So you
Oh,
can
my
see
goodness.
that this is a deadly
Woo!
thought process to
Listen,
have.
listen, 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 listen. This victim, first of all, let me again say that one of the things I believe is that we're a mirror, and not
Life
necessarily,
is a mirror. Life is a mirror back to us.
and so it's not an exact, like an actual mirror. I see myself, but I think it's more of a mirror of energy. That's what I believe.
Yeah, what's going on the inside?
Oh yeah. And you see this victim, that's one of the things with financial coaches, financial planning. It is such a hotbed of victim mentality. I remember speaking to someone, and whereas I didn't exactly know his net worth, I knew it was in excess of several million.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the stock market had gone down, and he said to me, he woke up this morning feeling so poor. And I said to myself, well, if you're a millionaire and you feel poor, imagine I probably just don't even exist, right? Because I met him mirroring how I felt about the stock market that day.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes a lot of people, let me tell you, see when you say to someone, change the way you manage your money, change the way you approach money. What? No.
Yeah.
I need somebody to do it for me. I need a coach that will fix it in a day, because that's the only time, that's all I have. And if you can't fix it in a day, it's not gonna happen. So wow, oh Lord, this is the big one.
Yep.
Well, they're
The
all big.
victim.
They're all big.
They're all, and many of us can identify with at least one or two of them.
Well,
And so again, is your victim supporting your belief that you will never be financially free? So why the heck bother? Why do I bother anyway? Because there is just no
exactly.
end in sight to this. I'm just stuck
Exactly.
with it.
Exactly.
The good news is you're not. right? So this is what I explained in the last module, and this is a slide to go with it. So as I explained, something happens on the outside, you give a knee-jerk response to it, and you miss the mark. Because when you knee-jerk your response, and that's a reaction to something, it means that you are not properly prepared. You're not centered. You are simply kicking. So instead, we say use the event response outcome frame, which allows you to pause in between, hear the saboteur lie that's going on in your head, think about the outcome that you want, and then fill in the response that you need to have in order to get that outcome. So there you
Exactly.
go.
Wow. Wow. And so again, we've been I feel like this training was just for me because
Again, a refresher course.
because I feel like, looking at who has been dancing around in my head, of course that has helped me to help others. And the question we're going to ask this over and over again, what is it costing you emotionally and energetically to stay where you are? And how important is it for you to change your current situation? I mean, these questions, this set of questions, this is it. I mean, oh my goodness, this is it. And so it's two coaches in this. And so we're offering you two different ways. Again, I'm recommending you invest in yourself. It's so important. And just take up both offers because you want to get out of where you are, you want to get unstuck. This is the way. So let's talk about what you get free in this module. You get the 30-day training in Wi-Fi. You get 30 days access for free. We can help you if debt is an issue. We can absolutely help you. Okay, because there is a debt freedom course. And we want you to enroll for free. Now, if you are ready for strategy with your money and you want to be part of our group coaching, right? There is the Financial Success Academy, and there are a ton of resources for you, right? We look at real estate, we look at savings, we look at raising money, we look at the stock market. So again, strategy that combines with tracking your money. Okay. We look at building a legacy for your family, how to manage credit card debt, mutual funds, debt healing. We look at student loan debt, auto insurance, regular insurance, and building your income so that you can retire when you are ready. Now, Liz, you also have a program.
Yes, I sure do. And my solution is geared at professional women and entrepreneurs. And I have a program called Women on the Rise, and it's a group coaching mastermind. And it's specially designed for persons who, maybe like yourself, are feeling confused, stuck. Maybe you're at a crossroads and you need to make some kind of transition to something else. Maybe you're frustrated or feel like you're tired of living a passionless existence and you want something to shift internally. And then this is the program for you. We have another cohort starting in January 2023. And you might be asking, well, what are we going to achieve together? Well, I help you to align your goals with your values. I help you to eliminate behaviors that keep you stuck, and also to manage those internal pesky saboteurs that we've been talking about, and learn how to access the wisdom of your sage and develop your mental fitness muscles. And of course, to have accountability partners that will help you in the learning and your own personal advancement. And we do this by meeting twice monthly on 90-minute coaching calls. And we have a third bonus session at the end of the month with other presenters. We also as part of the program, have a learning management system where you can access all of the resources and the replays and self-study units. And of course, the biggest area is that you also get access to the Positive Intelligence Foundation program and the app for 1 year. So we'll be absolutely delighted to have you on board this journey of transformation. And in case you want to do something else with me before you make that decision, then please feel free to join me on the Creating Ease and Flow. And it's a free masterclass, and you can access it by registering at bit.ly/create ease and flow. And I really look forward to seeing you on that program.
All right. Thank you so much, Liz. We have just been through an amazing module. We want you to create your Wi-Fi account, enroll in the course. If you haven't even started, do days 1 to 7. Discover your debt freedom date and your financial freedom date, and then come back to the next model ready to take the next step to build out your financial strategy. So, my name is Dennise Williams. I am your financial coach. And I really, really, really thank you, Liz, for joining me on this journey to understanding what's happening inside our head with our money. Oh my goodness, Liz is frozen. And so I just want to say thank you all. And I look forward to seeing you in the next training. Bye.
Bye.
You're back. Okay, great.